Okay. Hi, everybody. We're trying to reconnect. Hopefully, you can all see us live on Facebook. My name is Sonia Bellum. I'm with David Barnett, founder and CEO of Attract Capital. Today, we're here to talk about deal optimization. And Dave here is going to give you some tips for negotiating the best terms from lenders.
Thank you, Sonia. We've boiled it down to 6 tips for our viewing audience in order to get the best terms from lenders. We've been dealing with lenders a long time. We've thought long about this list. So the first is to present a clear frame to the lender, to present clearly the historical information as well as a simple story. The information needs to be clean and the story needs to be simple. And that's what we mean by a clear frame.
Very good. Okay, do you have another tip for us?
Sure. Well, let me just say, on the clear frame, the clearer the frame, the better the understanding you will get from the lender. So that's the first tip. The second tip would be you want to set a firm pricing expectation. You don't want to too aggressively price the deal and be almost too extreme in what you want from the lender, but you want to firmly set the expectation and stand your ground, because the lenders will ask you, well, what do you think, what is your client looking to get in terms of a loan price? And you want to say, we're looking for an interest rate of this, we're looking for fees of that. As long as you do it firmly, it will be respected. So a firm price expectation.
Very good. Okay, so clear picture, firm price expectation. What is the third?
The third is every lender has pressure points or things that are causing them to be motivated for your deal. And it could be very different for each lender depending upon the type of deal. You want to figure out what their motivation is. Their motivation might be very different from what you think it is. So you really want to ask probing questions and try to elicit what their motivation is, because it might make it an easier negotiation if you know that they're not as focused on the terms that you want. So asking the right questions will yield dividends in terms of learning about their motivation.
Very good. What about having a process with firm dates?
That's a great one, Sonia. So a lot of advisors, when they're engaging with lenders, they don't have a formal process. What I mean by a formal process is they don't set timelines that the lenders have to respond within. They don't have what's known as a process letter, which has a lot of detail as to the information that they want in the term sheet. They don't talk about when the acquisition closing will occur. So they can be a little loosey-goosey in terms of not laying out the important steps in the process. You must have a formal process and you must defend it as your process and not let the lenders grab a hold of it and alter any of your dates. It is your process, they're not their process. The more formal the process, the more respect you will get in terms of the outputs from the lenders.
And what can you talk about leveraging fear?
Leveraging fear, okay. That's a good one. When you're negotiating with the lenders, you don't want them in their comfort zone. You want to leverage the uncertainty of the competition, that they're one of several lenders that are looking at the deal. You want to leverage that uncertainty. So you want them to know that they're not the only lender that you're talking to. You also want them to know that unless you get the right terms and it's the right deal, that your client's not going to go forward and that there's a fear of them losing the deal. When they are in more of an uncertain situation and they have a reasonable fear of losing the deal, you're going to get the best response from them. So slightly capitalizing on the uncertainty, slightly capitalizing their fear of losing in the deal can pay dividends and get you better terms.
Very good. What about negotiation in general?
Negotiation. It's the key to everything. And here's what I would say about negotiation. You want to negotiate hard, but you don't want to over-negotiate. The best way to negotiate is to have at least 2 rounds of negotiating. Most lenders will say to you, well, if I make these changes, will I get the deal? So it's best to have an initial round of changes, go to the lender, have them respond to it, and then hold a few things back, go back to the lender a second time. Then you've communicated a lot of credibility about the fact that you're not just going to take what they're going to give you, but you're going to come back to the table and try to cut a better deal with respect to certain points. So just to recap it in general, Sonia, we think you've got to present that clear frame. You need clean financial information. You need to keep it simple. You need to set a firm pricing expectation. Not too hard, not too soft. If it's firm, it will be respected. You want to establish and identify what is motivating the lender, because that will help you think about how to go about the whole negotiation. You want to have a formal process. A formal process will get you respect, and it will get you a more timely result, namely the best deal in the quickest amount of time. Fifth, you want to leverage the uncertainty in the process, and you want to let them know that you're willing to walk away. Then you'll get their best terms and their best execution. And finally, never just negotiate once, negotiate twice in the process. If you do all those things, you are likely to get the best deal and the best terms out of the lenders.
Well, thanks very much, Dave, and thanks everybody for joining us on Deal Optimization. You can meet us here on Facebook. We post webinars and our 30-second Attract Capital University, which are 30-second tips to help grow your middle market business. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.